Hi, this is Captain Al Lorenzetti for skimmeroutdoors.com, Trophy Fishing Tackle, Ramsey Realtors, and Bergen Bay Docks, bringing you the weekend update and fishing forecast. This for the weekend of last weekend in July. Looks like it's going to be a little bit tough. Friday, the 28th, it looks like it's going to be a decent day. That's going to be the day to fish. North, 5 to 10. Basically seas 2 feet, a good day to get out in the ocean. And then things are going to change for the worse. Saturday looks like a total rain out, blowout. Northeast, 15 to 20, gust to 40. I just saw that there was a gale warning posted as well. So Saturday looks like it's going to be pretty terrible anywhere you go, inshore and out. Sunday then, wind's going to turn around, diminish to 10 to 15 northeast. The ocean's going to be rough 4 to 6, but then inshore in the bay, it should be fine. So Sunday looks like a good inshore day as well. And then the rest of the week, then after that, Monday, the wind's going around to north, and it looks like a nice beginning of the week next week. So what's been happening on the fishing front? You know, it's still, the tuna bite is there offshore, but it's not like an everyday event. You know, they're catching at the Coimbra, they're catching at the Bacardi. And I really think anywhere along that line, it's not because the fish are attracted to the wreck. I think anywhere along that 30 fathom curve, 180 feet of water, which is basically a line between those two wrecks, that you can find the fish there on a given day at the right time. So most of the fish are being caught on a troll, but I heard that there have been some fish caught on the jig. A boat out of Freeport, they were trolling in the area and they were marking fish down deep and they weren't catching, so they stopped and they threw down jigs and they caught fish on the jigs. So you got to keep an eye on that. When you fish in, troll in those areas, you're watching your recorder. If nothing's going on and you're marking bait balls down deep and you're marking what you think are fish down deep, you got to stop and put the jigs down. The fish are just down deep. They don't want to come up. They're not going to hit on the troll. And that may be a reason why, you know, guys trolling, like I said last week, trolling very, very long lines, 150 yards behind the boat. You know, maybe the boat goes by, it gets their attention, and then they'll come up and kind of investigate something that's trailing behind that far behind the boat. So you got to be inventive when they're out there. You just can't do the same thing all day long. You got to try different things. And of course, you got to be ready if you see fish up on top. You got to have top water stuff ready to go as well. So you got to have, you know, jigging rods on board. You got to have top water stuff on board, as well as your trolling gear. And be ready for it when you get out there, because, you know, when you go offshore, it's a lot invested in that, a lot of money invested, a lot of time. You have small windows, and you got to make it count. You just can't go out there and not be creative. On the inshore scene, what's been saving me has been the sea bass. The last few days I've been fishing, and I fish these little pieces I have, little pieces of structure out in the ocean, and connected with nice fish. The other day, I was out there, I had Mike Caruso and his wife Joyce. They're the owners of the Fisherman magazine. And got on a little piece of structure, and we had, Joyce had a sea bass that had to be close to 5 pounds, and we had a few other keepers as well. And today I went out with another customer of mine, an old-time friend from Fire Island, from Fair Harbor, and we had a nice fish today, again, about 3.5, 4 pounds, and a couple of other keepers, so it made the day, and the sea bass fishing has been good. The fluke fishing is tough. There's so many sea robins when you get around the inlet area, which is where I like to fish. To get through the sea robins is ridiculous. Yesterday we did it for a while and brought up a sea robin. There were 9 or 10 other sea robins right behind the one we had on the hook. So it's pretty crazy, but there are fluke there. We had a bunch of shorts yesterday, no keepers, but you know, you got to wade through them, and there's a few keepers to be had. I'm going to try some bottom fishing. There's some blowfish around, I heard. I'm going to give that a shot and try a couple of different things coming up this week, and I'll let you know how that works out. Let me see, other things. Yes, a little bit of a weak fish bite happening. You know, West Channel, Kismet, Lighthouse. You know, I haven't explored down yet, down by Ocean Beach, but there are some weak fish around as well. And today in the ocean, I saw a small bluefish with chasing bait, a lot of birds on them and stuff, the cocktail blues. So it seems like the bluefish action is picking up as well. And, you know, earlier in the week, I had a group out, and I had about a 6-pound bluefish inside as well. So things are getting a little bit better. That's it. Just a matter of getting out there and having fun catch them up, be safe, enjoy your time, have fun.
All right, so the sun